Yeah, yeah, it's the Daily Go Get 'em. Yeah, yeah, it's the Daily Go Get 'em. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the Daily Go Get 'em. It's the daily, daily, daily Go Get 'em show. I power Monday. I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday, but yo, hey, things happen, life happens. I'll be trying to be here every day, but yo, I ain't snapping. And I hope that y'all forgive one day because I would do for you in the exact same way. Everything is gonna be all right, and everything is gonna be okay. Think it won't, and everything is gonna be all right. We do it this morning, noon, and night. You know what I'm saying? All right? Power Monday all up in your area. Here it is, the 15th of the month. Smack dab in the middle, but this is a 31-day month. But this, everything is gonna be good. Listen, tonight we're gonna get into something heavy tonight. Tonight we're talking about if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. If you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. Now, I don't think that I have to explain a lot about what we're talking about tonight. All I need to know if you agree or disagree. And if you agree, then I need to know how come. And if you disagree, I need you to be on the one. And we gonna talk about it, be about it. That's my word. The loudest shit you ever heard. It's the daily, y'all. It's the daily, the daily go get 'em. Yo, I'm just trying to get some things in. Yeah, hold on, say. Hey, yo, hold on, say. All right, there you go. I'm trying to move this chat box over where I can get to it. You understand? Yo, and it's the daily go get 'em show. If you love me, you wouldn't cheat. Now, you know, there are plenty of people who get cheated on in relationships, whether you're talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, or whether you're talking about a marriage, or whether you're talking about girlfriend, or boyfriend. There's a lot of infidelity going on out there in the world. And some people are able to get past it, and some people are stifled by it, and some people are outright feeling disrespected and betrayed by it. So we're going to get into it tonight, and we're going to try to open up our minds, and we're going to get into it. And it's going to be very fluid, like on some Tai Chi. Makosa, now. Well, how y'all feeling, man? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. I know I am feeling good. I'm feeling good like a real man should and all that. And I hope y'all feeling like real good like men and women should. Let me shout out my peoples. Robin, Ming, my big sis here to do a thing all day. How you feeling, my good to see me, some you, and that is true. And Stacy Yvette White, how you doing, Stacy? Hold it down for the D all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? That can't be disputed. Disputed. Agent Corey. What up, Agent Corey? On the Instagram side, thanks for coming on through. Appreciate that. And also, Carol Chamber. Let me if I have a Carol Chamber. Let me if I have a Rita. Word up, T. Carrie. Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have my peoples going in your side. Yeah. Who else? What else we got? We got anybody else? My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. How you feeling, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. You know what time it is, and you know how we do. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. Emily said, dang, I done lost track of time. Yo, people think that little daylight savings time hour is a joke. It's not. It can throw you off pretty far. It can really, really mess up your equilibrium for a good week or two. And I know that a lot of people are feeling tired, tired and sleepy right around now, and they don't know why. It's because since Saturday night, with the clocks going forward, you lose that hour of time, and that hour doesn't seem like a lot, but try holding your breath for that long. You'll see. You'll be looking down on us from heaven like, yo, 60 minutes is quite an amount of time. But It's amazing what you can get done in 60 minutes. But so you might be a little off for a little while, but we're going to try to do our best to make sure it happens right, chump. So with that being said, Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily, the daily go get a business show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the Arts, the daily go get a business show all up in your area. And like I said, I'm feeling like a real man shit. And I hope y'all feel like real men and women shit. Today on this Power Monday, this 15th of March, we are talking about if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. Which y'all know? Which one of y'all have said it? Don't act like none of y'all ever said it, because I know for a fact that some of y'all said it. Well, what's the meaning what's the reason that you said it? I mean, is that what you actually believe? You know, what I think is interesting about when people say that, I think what's interesting about when people say, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on, if you loved me, you wouldn't cheat on me, is that almost everybody I know who has said that did not leave the person that cheated on them. So I'm thinking, like, if love is important to you, if you really feel like it's the foundation of your relationship and you will not be able to make it in that relationship if you do not have that element of love, which I think is not a heavy requirement to have. I think, you know, if you're going to be in a serious relationship with somebody, you're thinking about building a life with them, or at least being with them for an extended length of time, whether it's till death do you part or till as close as possible that you can get to that. I don't think that it's a big thing to ask from a person, that they love you and that you love them. You know, that exchange is something that some people, that's all they have. For some couples, the love that they have is all they have. The love we had stays on my mind. The love we had stays on my mind. Hey. Baby, if you were nearer. Okay. I mean, if you were a mirror, you would see it clearer. Okay. And you know. Well, that's the Drew Hill version. The original version was really just as flat. But anyway. So yeah. Love is something that some couples have exclusively. They may not have money. They may not even have, you know, how we were talking about the other day about compatibility. They may not have any of that. They may not even have that much tolerance for each other. Have you ever seen a couple, or have you ever been part of a couple where y'all don't even really have that much tolerance for each other? You are pretty much tolerating each other as much as possible. So it may not be all that possible for y'all to be in a confined area, even a spacious area, for all that long, because y'all may not have that gift of conversation and relation. Y'all may not be able to relate to each other that well. So, but you may still love that person. Like, but when they be gone, man, I be missing them and shit and wishing they was here, even though when they here, it don't go all that well. But all that well is good enough, and I love them, and I'm talking real shit. It ain't no bluffing. I'ma tell you like this: I may talk some shit, but nobody better come around and talking that shit different than me about my B-O-O-O-O. That's my boo, don't you know? But yeah. So the relationships that I know where people have cheated and it was found out that the cheating had taken place, whether it was by somebody investigating it or whether it was by admission, one of the questions that came up was, well, how could you, if you love me, how could you cheat on me? How could you do that? How could you say that you love me, but you did not remain faithful to me? It's a pretty valid question, but it's a question that requires some information. It's a question that requires an answer, and it requires some insight. You would think that a person who cheated on another would have had not just insight, but some foresight to either make sure that they didn't get caught or to make sure that they did things in a way that was at least respectful. Now, people may ask, well, how can you talk about cheating and being respectful in the same voice, same sentence, same paragraph, same world? Well, I'm under the belief that just because you cheat on a person does not mean that you can't still be respectful of them. You know, love it or hate it, but and y'all may dispute this, and I wouldn't be mad at y'all if y'all did dispute it. As a matter of fact, I probably expect y'all to dispute that. Lying to a person about cheating and trying to hide the cheating from a person is actually a form of respect. Now, I could understand how a person would say, are you out of your fucking mind? The lying and the deception and trying to hide the fact, that's even more disrespect. But I guess it depends on the way you look at it. The way I look at it is like, now, I would feel more disrespected if somebody cheated on me and they didn't seem to give a fuck about whether I knew about it or whether I cared about it, and threw it up in my face like, what are you going to do about it? You ain't going to do nothing, because I know that you like me and you can't do better than me, and you're not ready to move on from me, and you're not going to physically do anything to me either. So to me, that sounds a little bit more disrespectful to me. But like I said, I can understand how people would dispute that. If you want to dispute it in person, or should I say, if you want your voice to be heard, I invite you to call into the show and you speak them words. And the number to call is area code 319-527 319-527-6199. You know the time, 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. There is no censorship on this show. You want to curse, you want to swear? Okay, yo. You want to yell, want to scream? It's all right. I understand what's on the scene. Yo, things be on your chest and in your mind, and sometimes you got to take a time to scream and yell. You got to get it out. If you want to holler and you want to scream and shout, you call 319-527-6199, and some understanding you will find. My name is Sun752, and this is the Daily Go Get a Mism Show. Yeah. You know how it go. It's like 319-527-6199. Yeah, y'all can call that number. What's going on the Instagram side? One precious gift and free 29th Street. Yo, what up, Free? How you doing, baby? Good to see me some you. That's my baby sister right there. What's going on, my? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on through. Yeah, good to see me you. So yeah. We're talking about if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. Now, depending on how you grew up and where you grew up and what you were exposed to and things that you've experienced, you may have grown up seeing a whole lot of cheating, in a whole lot of different areas and different scenarios. You may have seen cheating so creative. You may have seen it outright like, oh, they evidently have an open relationship. They must have an understanding because ain't no hiding in that shit. Like that is some obvious shit. That's his wife. He live in the crib with his wife and his kids, and his girl come and pick him up. She's supposed to be that's not supposed to be his girl, but it's his girl. So it's supposed to be just a woman that pick him up and take him to work because his car is down. But that's not what's going on. I don't even think they be going to work. I think she just pick him up from the crib, take him to her crib. They get a little bit, go get a little stupid and But you may have seen it that way, and you may have seen it so smooth that it was like it had you wondering, like, well, maybe I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Some people have gone out of their way to hide it so good that you like, You know what I mean? Have you ever seen somebody do something so slick, so fly, that you don't trust your lying eyes? Yo, do you understand what I'm saying? They have you questioning your lying eyes, like these things and even these things. They have you like, well, maybe I didn't see what I saw. Some people got the mind game on the whole mind game thing on tilt. Like, I saw them fucking, but maybe I didn't. You know what? So hold on. I could have sworn. I could have sworn. Yeah, I could have sworn I saw him in the alley on some drunk shit. They was in the alley when the old school. Pants down his knees. She flipped up a skirt. But then again, maybe I didn't see that shit. I say maybe it was my man playing the DVD, the porno DVD in the whip. That's how fly somebody might have played it off. So my point is, if you've grown up around a lot of different forms of cheating, it can have an effect on you. So you may think that everybody does that, or you may rationalize that no, everybody doesn't do that. It's just that the people that I grew up around was so ratchet, so crazy, so disrespectful, and so non-valuing of a relationship, a healthy relationship, that they just did whatever they wanted to do. But you may decide, but that's not what I'm going to do. See, I'm going to break the chains. I'm going to make a new. I'm going to make a. Hold on. Was I buffering all hard? Because it said my connection was unstable. So, like I said, y'all can call in 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And we can get it in. But we talking about if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. Now, we know that we've heard a lot of women say that. All of y'all have friends, sisters, cousins. You may have even heard your mom say it. Like, yeah, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. And, this is fucked up. And you know what I mean? And you don't appreciate a good woman. You don't know how to be a man. You disrespect this house. Do everything that you can. You ain't rocking it right. You is dead wrong. God is going to see you before long. Your day of judgment is going to come down on you for the shit that you did to me and your kids. You know it's true. You need to get your life right. First of all, make sure that you pay the bills right now. And a lot of times that's the reason why some women stay. But I've also seen men get cheated on. And although they say that if a man cheats on a woman, then more than likely he'll forgive her. She'll forgive him. And, it's expected that she'll forgive him. He'll get past it and all of that. But if a man cheats on a woman, if a woman cheats on a man, she the biggest hoe in the world. He can't believe it. And there's no way that relationship is going to ever be able to make it. Well, I know plenty of men who have caught their women cheating straight up and down. And guess what? They stayed with them because that's kind of how love works. And it's kind of crazy. I see that we have a call on the line with the last numbers 0396. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this evening? What's good?
No, I just had like a red pill question pretty much.
Oh, wait a minute. You're a troll, but I'm going to let you get your shit on. Come on, go ahead. Do it. You got 5 minutes.
No, I'm not trolling. I saw like one of your videos about women. I kind of assumed you were like in like the red pill community.
Oh, okay. Wait, what do you say about the community?
Like I thought you were like in the like red pill community.
The what? The red pill community? The red pill community?
Yeah.
You talking about the activist red pill? You know. No, I'm not in the red pill community.
Yeah, like alpha male, beta male, like female hypergamy type of stuff.
No, I don't subscribe to that. Not that I don't think that there's any truth to it, but I'm not associated with him or anybody else. But do you know what we're talking about tonight on this show?
Yeah, pretty much cheating.
Well, it's called If You Love Me, You Wouldn't Cheat on Me. So we're talking about a specific area of cheating. Like, not why do men cheat or why do women cheat or why does anybody cheat, but the question of can you cheat on a person and still claim to love them or not? Do you think so?
Like it wouldn't be the best situation, but for me, like my belief, I believe yes, and the way of I fully like. There's no way to like scientifically 100% prove it, but I truly believe that humans naturally, just like from evolution, are not monogamous creatures. That's why you can be married to someone, but you can still just like look at someone and still be attracted to them, even though you're in love with someone. Because humans just like are like evolutionary ancestors. If you believe in evolution, like apes, they'll still have like multiple like ape women and such forth, and just being like evolutionized from them. I believe, you know what I mean? Like you can still be attracted because just in like a man's mind, you just want to like spread your genes, and marriage itself is like a social construct. So just because of that, I believe like, yes, you can still like love someone and cheat on them or be cheated just because it's like human like nature, like just from evolution versus a social construct, even though like mostly everyone is up on like the social contract still, even if they're aware of it. And you know what I mean? Like I would still call for a breakup, of course, but that's just my belief on it.
Okay. So when you say when you talk about evolution, and maybe that's why human beings aren't genetically programmed to be monogamous. But and you speak about marriage as in the social construct, but if you also talk about relationships, you're talking about the social construct, but not as far as deep of a commitment as marriage is. So how do you can you speak on how you think that the hormonal activity that goes into the bonding of a man and a woman or a couple of any type, like, so although physically, as far as going with our carnal desires, we may not see a problem with doing whatever you want to do physically with someone else, but we know that as human beings, we have this thing called commitment. And some people may write it off as just being possessive, but other people may say that no, it's essential, because in this world, ownership means a lot. And although you should not, it doesn't sound right to say that you own another person, but when you think about it, it's like, you are my woman, I am your man. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you are relinquishing who you are to another person, and you two have agreed on that, that's where it becomes a little bit more complicated. So when that bond is broken, how are you supposed to handle that aside from our predisposed genetic programming?
After a break, I would say more so for men, just like if a break happens in a situation and like it's from like something that the woman did and you break from her, as long as it's like something not like terrible, you know what I mean? I would say like just like give it space and then she'll just come back to you because like over the relationship, like people just bond and people really get attached more so just because of like pretty much brain chemicals that like release just like dopamine pretty much, and then you can just like get addicted to that bond, but also go deeper and like if there's like a partner, like back to like evolutionary kind of thing, it's like you know that like subconsciously if you're with a person, you're looking at them as a potential mate and someone that can like you'd reproduce that person. So like also that is when like the protective thing comes in, and then you don't want anyone else like taking away your chance to like reproduce and like procreate and such. But yeah, if there's like a breakup, I'd say just for like something that you think you take her back, just like don't hit her up. Like she'll hit you up, and then once she comes back, you like make her submit, and that's just like the best way to do it, so she doesn't get like too masculine in the relationship.
Okay. So if a person cheats on another person, you think that a person can do that and still love the other person? Do you think that a cheater can still love a person that they cheated on, or do you think that that doesn't have anything to do with it? How do you feel about that?
That's really like a tough one to answer because it could go like both ways. Because it's like usually, even though it's like I will truly believe that we are like hardwired to be attracted to multiple people and have multiple partners. Like before society said something about it. Usually, though, I feel like since like it's been going on so long, a woman can commit to you, but it's usually when it's like something's off, whether it's just like the like sexual tension or she feels like you're not like pulling her in, then I feel like that's when she'll start looking for like other partners, or like if she just senses something going wrong, I wouldn't say she might like cheat right away, but like she'll start like getting like guys' phone numbers, you know what I mean, like just in case. But I would say that in that like type of situation, she can still love you, but it's like, you know what I mean? That's a tough one, really.
Yeah. So all right, let me break it down a little further and make it a little bit more personal. If your woman cheated on you, but and you found out however kind of way, whether you found out by catching her or whether she admitted it to you, but she expressed a lot of remorse, a lot of sorrow, and she really expressed to you that she didn't want to break up. She really wanted you to forgive her. She really wanted another chance. She was willing to do anything else. Would you think that she just had a lapse in good judgment by cheating on you, or would you say that her love for you was just not as strong as it should have been? Because if it was, she wouldn't have cheated. Would you accept that she still loved you as much as she claimed to, even though she cheated? Or would you say, no, I don't think love is the operative word here. I don't think that you really love me, because if you loved me, you wouldn't have cheated. What would you say?
I would say that I would believe that like there is a chance that they still love you. Like I feel like it depends on the woman, because a woman could just like cheat just because she wants to, but I feel like most would do it like more so if something goes wrong in the relationship. But either way, for me, I would just drop the woman completely, like want nothing to do with her. Because then for me personally, like just like knowing that like she did that and she's capable of that, well, of course, any woman's capable of that, but like if she does it and like you know what I mean, like you know that she's done it, so it can obviously like she can do it again. I would just like drop it right away because then I would start feeling like you know what I mean, like what is she doing on her phone, like you know what I mean, and I just wouldn't even want to go through that because there's literally like 3.5 billion women on Earth, you know what I mean, and at least probably like half a billion you can like date from like age range, like you know what I mean. So there's just too many women to like have a woman like making you have like a scarcity mindset in the relationship and just like kind of more on edge now because you like know what happened. I would just be all set with it. It's just not worth the mental stress. There's too many women out here for that.
Okay. So you feel like you would take it pretty personally if that happened. Okay. So do you think that it would be easy for you to make that decision? Because just like you just said, you know, you would recognize that there are too many women out here, you know, for you to be putting up with that. If I'm getting that right. But would that mean
right.
Okay. So I guess the question that I have is if you look at it that way, like there's way more too many fish in the sea to be spending that much time with this one, putting up with that kind of stuff. Does that mean that you really loved her as much as you said that you loved her? And I'm not trying to put you on blast, but it's kind of like, okay,
Right.
if we think that somebody doesn't love us because they violate us, but if we are able to easily walk away from them, did we love them as much as we say that? Did we love them as much as we expected them to love us?
Right. I would say like for me personally, like say if I was like married to a girl and like was like in love with her, and I would like say like just from like everything that happened, you know what I mean? Like a relationship is addicting. That's what you always want to see. It's like just a dopamine release and just like other factors into it. But like even a breakup, like you'd be like, because like cheating, you'd be like very sorry, like distraught, and like the emotions would still be there. They just don't go like away right away. It's just how the brain works. Like if you're addicted to nicotine,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You just can't like give it up right away. Like love is kind of the same thing if you're like really in it. But for me personally, it's not more of that. It's just like, yeah, I would absolutely feel like disrespected. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know it's just like human nature, like deep down, but I would still like feel disrespected. And me personally, it would be more so me because I just want to continue a relationship where like I'm in like a scarcity like mindset now. Because I feel like if I was like in that type of situation, like I'm not like that at all. But I feel like if I say to a woman that I know cheated on me, I would be like more like, who is she texting? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's more keen, and I just wouldn't even want to like deal with that because I know like if you're like really in love with a woman and you've been cheated on, it's never happened to me, but I already know like that's how it would go. You know what I mean? And I just wouldn't want that extra stress because I would be also like beating down myself, like really knowing that. You know what I mean? And just being like, it wouldn't be worth it because I would be dragging myself down too, like mentally at that point.
Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to put it, because I don't think anybody wants to put themselves in a position to be abused or feel played or used or disrespected or hurt or anything like that. Nobody wants to put themselves in harm's way. But the agreement or the vulnerability that being in love or the gamble that taking a chance on loving in the first place is sort of like putting it out there that you're going to put yourself in harm's way, because you have to, you know, there's so much trust that's involved in having someone love you and loving someone else and trying to come together to make that love blossom into something like a union for a long time. You know what I mean? It takes some trust, but when that trust is broken, when you really feel like somebody is not taking your feelings into consideration because they know that you may have strong feelings of commitment and they're not reciprocating the same thing. They're not acting in the same way. it can make you really defensive when it comes to giving yourself to somebody, opening up to somebody, being giving of yourself, your time, your energy, your love, your feelings, your emotions. I don't know about you, but I know plenty of couples that can't really talk to each other. They're holding back a lot of things about themselves to the other person because they have a problem trusting, because it could be because of what somebody else has done to them in previous relationships. It could have happened a long time ago. Familial issues, things, all kinds of things where they put their trust out there and their trust was violated, and nobody wants that to happen to them again. You understand what I mean? So it's a slippery slope. When I think about this topic, and I think about, well, I mean, I've been cheated on before. I'm trying to remember if I thought that love had anything to do with the cheating. And I don't think, I know for a fact that I didn't think that they didn't love me. And one incident where I didn't necessarily catch them in the act, but you know how you catch somebody before the act, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all on your way. Right. Y'all on your way to, get something popping. Y'all, it ain't popping right now, but y'all definitely on your way. I don't think it was a situation where the two of us loved each other yet. We weren't there already. You know what I'm saying? So that was even though my feelings were hurt, because you walk right up on a situation like, what fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? But so that love was not a factor at that point, but respect was. You know what I mean? Because there was lying involved. Right. There was lying, there was deception, there was some maneuvering and all of that kind of stuff. So, but I was younger then, 24 years old. So the world that I was seeing through those lenses was a much more emotional world than it might be now. So, but later on, when I knew that there was some cheating, I never thought that it wasn't because she didn't love me. And I don't want to say that I pushed her to cheat, but one thing is for sure is I couldn't be 100% mad at her. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of one of those things where it was like, yo, son, your hands dirty as shit. You got blood all over your hands. Yeah, it was like one of those things where all right, I'm gonna have to eat that one. And I did. I ate it. Like, this shit nasty than a motherfucker. But you know what? I'm gonna eat it. It was like being on an episode of Fear Factor. But thinking back on it, I was able to check myself. A lot of men wouldn't have been able to do that. They wouldn't have been able to just eat it. They wouldn't have been able to check themselves. They wouldn't have been able to check their own behavior and ask themselves, well, what about you? I was rational. The one credit that I will give to myself is that I was rational enough to be able to kind of reconcile with myself. Like, yo, don't even try that shit. You know what I'm saying? What we not going to do is we not going to make ourselves even more wrong. You know what I mean? By because in one fell swoop, she could have easily been like, motherfucker, I done caught this. I done seen this. You know what I mean? I was like, nah. We just going, I'm going to let that one go. But in a situation like that, where I didn't think that she didn't love me, but I know that anybody can be pushed to the brink of doing something. But that's a different situation than what if I hadn't done anything? What if I was clean? What if I was clean? Like, would I have thought about it a little different? Would I have felt like, well, you don't love me because if you running around here with this nigga, you know what I mean, doing this, that, and the third, blah, 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 you don't love me. I'm not even sure if I would have looked at it that way then. But I think that has a lot to do with the way that I grew up. So, your experiences with this topic with seeing other people cheat. And when you hear, I mean, well, your experiences with seeing other people cheating, the way that they handled it, and some of the circumstances that you may be aware of that surrounded that, it's going to make you think one way or another. You may not accept it in your life, but you may accept it as being life, and you may see it as life being able to go on in spite of this, or you may see it as life going on regardless of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little tough. But let me ask you this. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to assume that you've probably heard an argument between a man and a woman where there was infidelity involved, where you may have heard the woman say, well, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. Or you may have just heard a conversation on social media somewhere. Like, if you love somebody, you don't cheat on them. And a bunch of people people gonna co-sign that, like, yeah, that's right. If you love somebody, you don't cheat on them. And you can't love two people at the same time and blah, blah, blah. Well, what do you think? Well, I mean, when you peel back all the layers, it may not be a yes or no situation, but in a situation, if you've ever seen or heard a conversation where you've heard somebody say to the cheating party, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me. What would go through your mind, or what has gone through your mind when you've heard that?
I would personally think that there's definitely like something like going on behind closed doors, because it's like, I feel there's like so much to it, because like that's why I feel like it's also important to, like, of course, like, respect to like your woman, all of her wishes, everything like that, like take care of her. But you need to like definitely like leave the relationship and be like in a masculine role in the relationship, and that keeps her in her feminine, and that's just like energy. And it's like, that's why like just like yelling and like everything like that kind of stuff will just like make a woman just like more masculine. That's why like just like every time I deal with women, I don't even yell. I just talk things out with them. You know what I mean? If they start to raise their voice, so I'm just like lower your voice, and like it just makes everything way better, because like just yelling and all that shit's just unnecessary when you gotta bring a point across. But it's just like there's like way more to that. It's like, I don't know. Like people also don't understand like sometimes what what's good, and like that's kind of like really like case to case thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's
definitely something like the guy. I would say probably like 80% of the time, if something the guy has done, not like saying that it's right, but like, I feel like if the guy acted like a different way in the relationship, it could have prevented it. Because like one thing I noticed too is like women usually do cheat. Like of course there's like the women that just like will just like throw herself out there even if she's in a relationship. But like a lot of the time too, it's just like when they think the dude messes up. Because literally I had a neighbor next door probably like in December, and she was moving out, but like she was like all mad at her boyfriend, and then like I shot my shot, and then she was like telling me about her boyfriend. I wound up like fucking her right next door in my apartment, like while she was calling her boyfriend. You know what I mean? But it's because like he fucked up. Another time I would probably say like 3-4 days ago, this girl was married. I was like, she was like kind of like mad. I was like, what's up? She was like mad at her husband and shit, and then she just like took my number just like that, and I was just like, when you have some free time, just like come over to my place, you know what I mean? She's like, okay, like just like women only really do that shit like when their guy fucks up, and it's just like a lot of guys too like don't know how like the best way to act in a relationship is.
Yeah,
and then just not knowing that the signs is just like,
yeah. It's a tough situation, because even if we're talking about infidelity, there's so many things that people qualify as being a situation where you would restrict yourself if there was love involved. I mean, we're talking about, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat on me, but people qualify love with a whole lot of different things that you would or wouldn't do. Like, people say, well, if you I've heard recently, that if you love a person, you wouldn't do this or you wouldn't do that, or if you love a person, you would change for them, or you would do for them, or you would compromise. And it's easy for a person to say that because when you're in your feelings, so to speak, and you've been really trying to help somebody along, or you've really been trying to help yourself with a person to come together in a relationship, and they seem to be uncooperative. So you may feel like if they loved you more, then they would be a little bit more receptive. But on the flip side of that, me being me, I'm also thinking that that's a little manipulative. It's a little controlling. Like, okay, so if I loved you, then I would do what you want me to do, even if it goes against what I think is right, even if it goes against what I think is good, even if it goes against what I think is healthy, even if it goes against what I think is necessary. You know what I mean? Of course, the person who's saying, well, if you love me, you would do this and that and the third, they're not looking at it that way. But I think some of them are looking at it that way. I've known people to manipulate people that way. Like, well, yeah, I know that such and such loves me or likes me more than I like them. So I will get them to do my bidding by making them feel guilty. Some people are really good at a guilt trip, so I make them feel bad. Here I am, the good person in this relationship. I've never done anything wrong, and I would never do anything wrong. And I don't ask for anything, and I do everything. So why wouldn't you do for me when I've done so much for you? And the truth of the matter is they may not have done that much, but they know how to prey on the emotions of somebody who likes or loves them a lot, and they know that they can get them to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do on their own. So it can get dicey. It can get a little, it can get a little tough. So when I hear if you love me, you wouldn't cheat. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. Like, yeah, I guess if you love me, you wouldn't cheat. But okay, so if you take it to marriage, 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Well, actually more than 50%, but at least 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Now, a lot of people are unable to think that that there are other problems in a relationship that can end a marriage besides infidelity and besides finances. When you think a lot of people, when you talk to a lot of people about marriage, they talk about, especially people who are unmarried, they talk about either cheating. Like if my wife or my husband ever cheated on me, it would be a wrap. Especially when you hear about celebrity marriages and you hear about cheating, which you should actually expect. But people like, oh my God, I would leave his ass. I would blah blah. I would leave her. I'm like, but when you look at the actual marriages that you know about from people who are actually married that you actually know, you'll probably be hard pressed to find too many of them who have too many marriages that have ended because of cheating or because of money issues. Money and cheating may have been an issue, but when they went in that court, if they had assets enough to actually sue for divorce, it wasn't infidelity. Well, infidelity may have been an additive that went into it. Like, I can win this if they cheated. You know what I mean? But the real reason, one of the biggest reasons that they are unable to continue their marriage is normally irreconcilable differences. Like, you'll hear in a divorce decree plenty of times, yeah, I accepted the cheating. I accepted the kids that came out of the cheating and all of that kind of stuff. I did that. And when such and such was when they got laid off, or when they were on drugs, or when they went to jail, or when they refused to work, or when they would, whatever happened, I held it down like a good wife, or I took care of the family like a man is supposed to do. I did all of that kind of stuff. But those aren't normally the things that bring a marriage to its knees. the inability for a couple to be able to relate to each other and communicate effectively and healthily with each other are normally the things that will bring any relationship, even a marriage, to its knees. But we don't look at it like that. You know, we're trying to protect our feelings. We're trying to make sure that we don't get hurt. So like, oh, you cheated on me. I'm the good person. I wear white. You're the bad person. You wear black because you cheated. And all people who cheat wear black. Like you seen women in the cat suit. Yeah, they was cheating in that cat suit, the sexy black cat suit, and it made them cheat. Well, it was just the way it goes now. So listen, I really want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever listened to the show before, but I hope that you'll continue to do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I saw one of your videos, and that's why I subscribed.
Oh, and I want to apologize to you. I apologize to you in the chat, but I really thought you were a troll when you first called in. But you definitely.
Oh, no, yeah. It's like a community on YouTube, and I thought you were like a part of that community, like literally.
Yeah, that's what I like when you said. Okay, all right, it's cool, man. But I like I said, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you answering the questions and your insight. So you have a good night.
Absolutely. You too. Take care.
All right, take care. Good caller right there. Good caller. Appreciate it. I almost got him up out of there early, but I was like, you got 5 minutes. Do it. Y'all know we've had issues with trolls on this show before, but that was a good call. Yo, shout out to Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Good to see me some of you. That's my word. Cherry, all up in the house. Cinderella, Dana, Dane, and Shamira Martin. Naturalista Rap. So yeah, y'all, we talking about if you loved me, you wouldn't cheat. And like I was saying before, that sounds reasonable. On the surface, it sounds reasonable. Maybe I shouldn't even say on the surface. It just sounds reasonable, period. It's just that it doesn't always pass the smell test. I wasn't reading all of the comments, but I know that Shamira Martin was talking a little bit about how she was cheated on, and it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, and she basically returned to cheating. But something that you said, and I know that people in the chat addressed it, but I want to address it myself. You were saying that women only cheat when they are emotionally removed, whatever, when they basically left the relationship emotionally. I'm not so sure about that. Now I know that you may be speaking maybe from personal, more of a personal experience side, but I've known women who cheated for a variety of reasons. And I'm not going to stand in front of this camera and on this microphone and tell you, and I'm not going to try to even out the cheating playing field with men or women, but it's an actual fact that men and women cheat. And it's an actual fact that men and women will try to make excuses for cheating. I also think that it's an actual fact that there is no excuse for cheating. And that's coming from a person who has cheated a lot. And whatever you think is a lot is probably triple that shit, because all through my 20s and 30s and all of that kind of shit, that was pretty much par for the course. But at the same time, through all of that, I had to be real with myself. Did I love the people? Did I love the women that I cheated on? I did. Did that stop me from cheating? No. There wasn't any excuse. In my 20s, my immaturity might have tried to make me like harp on their shortcomings or whatever. Like, well, if she did this, then I wouldn't have to do that. If she took care of this, she wouldn't have to take care of that. If she did this, then somebody wouldn't have to do that, and blah, 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 blah. But let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something straight up and down. This coming from a 100% heterosexual man. You know what I mean? Mad testosterone. It ain't really about the bullshit. There is nothing that any woman can do to stop her cheating man from cheating. People will cheat until cheating doesn't work for them anymore. Just like liars will only stop lying when lying doesn't work for them anymore. They'll only, a person who's a thief will only stop stealing when stealing is not an option anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now, those things can happen physically, like you got caught this time and you got fucked up so bad that you didn't cheat anymore. But more than likely, that's not going to stop you from cheating. It's going to stop you from cheating for a hot minute, maybe until you heal or until you're not afraid anymore. But as soon as those things are done, you'll be right back at it like it ain't nothing. Same thing with well, from there you take it to the personal side. When something happens inside of you that makes you say it's not really worth it to do this anymore. And more than likely, when that time comes, other things have come to a close too. It's not just going to be the cheating that you're going to stop. You're probably ready to make a change in your life that involves a whole lot of negative things that you've been getting real good at over the years. And the cheating may go along with it. So you may have decided that I got to make a change on the inside. It's time, you know what I mean? So maybe you're lying, maybe you're deception, maybe you're being secretive, maybe a whole lot of foul shit that you've been making excuses for doing over the years have come to a close too. And you've decided, you know what, it's time to put these games away. But it's not going to happen overnight. It'll be a process. It was a process when you got good at cheating. Would you think that it's just going to be an overnight thing when you stop? Oh, so you didn't start cheating cold turkey. You had to get good at it. You was probably all sloppy with it in the beginning and whatever, thinking nobody is looking or caring or whatever. You got good at it. The same way you'll have to get better at stopping. You'll have to start putting some things in place to improve yourself, and not just on the surface. A lot of times, you know, we just want to make it look good. Like, you know, like when a person wants to stop using drugs, they want everybody to see immediately that, look, I ain't even high today. Did you notice I wasn't high? Look at me, sober today. Don't matter that you're going to go get high later on when nobody else is around. But in front of other people, you look at you, sober. So we get into that kind of thing. It's a slippery slope. But yeah, I think that you can still love a person and cheat on them, but you're not necessarily honoring them. I don't think that you can cheat on a person and still honor them. But I imagine that could probably be flipped and bounced also. You can flip and bounce anything. Probably. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's see some of the things y'all saying. Y'all talking a lot. I don't even know where to start. Let me start at Barbara Hill. She say, I can guarantee I wouldn't clear out of revenge. Everything I did. Wait a minute. I wouldn't cheat. Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't cheat out of revenge. Yeah, I can understand that. Everything I did because I wanted to. For my own reasons. My ex-husband had suspicions, but was more focused on getting his. Interesting. And so Jones, my brother Ansel Jones, he says being cheated on as a young adult was a life lesson. It can have an impact on you. Cherry Dana Dane says people cheat for many reasons. Cheating in a marriage versus cheating in just a relationship, two different things to me. Well, there is a different level of commitment, but I do think, well, you know what? I'm going to say it's a deeper level of commitment in a legal marriage because it is legal. You can't just walk away. You know, you got to ask the state to get married. And but basically you got to ask the state to be together, and then you got to ask the state to be apart. That's the biggest difference between a relationship, an unmarried relationship, and a legally married relationship. If I don't think that people who are married to each other love each other any more than people who are unmarried. Matter of fact, I know plenty of unmarried couples that will give a lot of married couples a hell of a run for their marriage. I mean, for their money. I've actually witnessed less love in legally married situations than I have in me and you to go together. I'm your man and you're my woman, and we stand on this square, and we gonna be here no matter what happens. I'm gonna take care of the kids and everything everywhere. And I'm gonna never leave you by your side. I'm gonna protect you, and I'm gonna be that God, the God in the light, and the light always shines. The star is bright when the lights go out, and I'm gonna make sure that I always give you a shout, and I ain't never gonna sell you the fuck out. I have seen married couples be like, fuck my wife. You know what I mean? She, that bitch, blah, 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 blah. My husband, you know, whatever. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm in a loveless marriage. Are there bad relationships too? Of course. What's up, Queen Matu Magnini? Queen Monica Davis. What's up, Queen Monica? Of course, they're loveless everything. And countless situations where people mistreat each other. But when it comes to cheating is one of those topics that raises everybody's eyebrows. Like, such and such cheated? People want to know the who, the how, the why, the where. Yeah, I mean, they want to know that shit. It's a tough situation when you get your heart involved. You get your heart involved in a situation. So when that cheating situation is hot, when it's right there, it's not an easy thing to wrap your mind around. So if somebody tells you that, yeah, I cheated on you, but I really do still love you. I love you more than her or that or whatever. At the time, you probably ain't trying to hear that shit. Make sure that y'all share the show, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that you share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, yo. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, yo. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and share the show, and make sure that you hit the like button. Come on, All right. So what else y'all talking about? Hold on. Now let me stop pretending I can see without my glasses on like that, or like all of that. Let me stop fronting. All right, Barbara Hill C says a cherry. Both are deceptive, regardless of legal status. Both involve a promise to each other that was broken. The government doesn't step in to either instance of cheating unless you file divorce papers. Okay. TK Wright says, okay, Shamira, I gave you information about myself. I can't even see what you look like on my phone. You are speaking from experience as I am, but I do not generalize. Okay, I see what you're saying. Barbara Hill C6 says my cousin and her ex-husband cheated on each other so much she ended up kicking his butt in the hospital after he had a heart attack, and another woman showed up. Security was called. Okay. Barbara, I didn't stop cheating. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't stop cheating because I was tired of cheating because of him. I decided to end the marriage because I was tired of stepping out for what I was looking for. Turns out what I needed was in me. Okay. All right. Shamir says that Carrie, you said you were middle-aged, and I was just replying saying that I was not young. Just responding to you. Okay. All right. But yeah, man, the whole, if you love me, like I was saying to the caller who called in, I believe his name was Abdul. People say if you love me, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't, if you love me, you wouldn't do that. They say that in a whole lot of different situations, not just an infidelity situation. Is it right? Is it right to invoke that that type of idea in a person, or to try to make somebody bend to your whims, so to speak? Like that, like if you love me, you would. You love me, you would. If you love me, I mean, people say it all the time. If you love me, if you love a person, then you'll change for them. I'm like, So are your affections for a person on hold until you do what they want you to do? I don't know. I guess in short, I do believe that you can love a person. I mean, you could cheat on a person and still love them, or you can love them and still cheat on them. But that respect thing is going to come into play. It just is. So, like like, can you abuse a person and still love them? If you ask the abuser, they say, hell yeah, I love her, but like, she be making me mad sometimes. I got anger problems. I need her to help me. She don't be helping me. She be pushing my buttons. She know what piss me off, and she keep doing it. Do I subscribe to that? No, I don't. But once again, I'm not going to make any excuses for the cheater. The cheater doesn't deserve to have excuses made for them. They don't deserve that. Let them find their way. Let them find a way to reconcile their cheating. But it is a personal thing. I do believe that it's between a man and a woman. A man and a woman have to decide what's going to be the glue that bonds their relationship together and keeps it together in the long run. Because anybody can get to a relationship, and anybody can get into a marriage. It's easy to get into, and for some, it's easy to get out of. But making it work, that ain't easy. That comes with learning how to communicate, learning how to accept and reject certain things, learning how to balance good with bad, or being rational and taking your time, being patient. It's not easy to keep things going. It's like this, it's like opening up a business. Some people are good at starting things, and when it doesn't go right, or if it's not lucrative enough, they just end it, move on to the next thing. Good entrepreneurial spirit. But the person that manages to keep their business afloat, that manages to keep the for sale or going out of business or liquidation or under new management, the person that is able to still turn a profit, still be able to make payroll and be able to still expand. Now that's the person that you want to be associated with. And those are the types of things that you want in your relationship. You want to be with somebody that will help you to keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. I finally found somebody that make me laugh. You so crazy. I think I want to have your baby. And it's funny. It's funny because social media has had such a big influence in the way that we look at relationships now. Social media and all media, but social media, I think, more than anything else. Before, if you had a new boyfriend or girlfriend, we didn't know about that shit. Motherfuckers be having that shit right on their profile for everybody to see. Look, I'm with my new boo. Me and my new boo. You hear people saying Well, if you don't post your man or your woman, that means that you want some bullshit and blah blah blah. Before social media, that was never a fucking question. You could go to work and have an office, and you didn't necessarily have to have pictures of your family in your office. Nobody would question that shit. Some people did it, some people didn't. But there weren't goo gobs of people that were judging you from afar, trying to clock your conduct and try to validate your conduct or invalidate it. And as much as we may feel like we are grown and we are mature and we are past all of that influence, you're not. If you log on to this shit every day, I don't care whether it's Facebook or Instagram. I don't know about Twitter because Twitter people different. Twitter people different. I don't know about that Twitter shit. But, you know, Facebook and Instagram got a lot of pictures going on. I mean, there are pictures on Twitter too, but it's just different. It's different. It's different. Yeah. If you don't believe that Twitter is different as far as highlighting relationships, notice that the president of the United States was able to keep the whole country out of his familial business. That's never happened before. It's never happened. It's never happened. And all other administrations, the children and everything were on, highly visible. And the relationship that the president had with his wife and his family was very highly visible. Not with Trump, because Trump was a Twitter president. Had he been a Facebook president, it would have been different. Had he been an Instagram, Instagram ain't nothing but pictures. But anyway, the influence that social media has had towards making us feel like we're in the right position or the wrong position is strong as fuck. No, I'm not going to tell y'all that y'all are unable to think outside of social media. I don't know y'all personally like that. But what I'm saying is that we do have a situation where that influence is strong. It's strong, So we battle against that too, like the way that we feel versus the way that we look like we feel in front of everybody. I said, why you think some people just want to like comments and never post nothing? I don't know about y'all, but I know people who don't post shit. They ain't posting nothing. They don't even make no comments. Strictly like, heart, laugh, surprise, mad face. They like, I ain't getting into none of that shit. I ain't getting in. I said, none of that shit. You don't know how I think. I said, none of that shit. You don't know how I think. I said, none of that shit. You don't know how to think. On top of that, I can't really read and write. You know what I'm saying? All right. Natalia Wright. No, wait. Natasha. I'm sorry. Natasha Wright. How you doing? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through. She says, I'm not posting my man. I don't want anybody in my business because your friends will set you up to fail. I agree with you, Natasha. I think it's dumb. And people be looking for that validation. And at the same time, and you know what? I'm going to apologize for saying that is dumb. Because if that's what you want to do, then more power to you. But I just think it's interesting how them pictures be going up. Relationships don't work out. Them pictures coming down. Them pictures go up. Relationships don't work out. Pictures coming down. What happened to your man? What happened to your boyfriend? Status done changed. Yo, what the fuck's going on? Yo, shit is type crazy. I don't think it's strange. And that's my word, yo. But it be happening. You're like, such and such is in a relationship. Oh, that's your new boo. Oh, look at this. Y'all putting up pictures and videos of each other. Oh, y'all broke up? What happened to all them pictures? Shit, you had to take a lot of time to take that. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures. pictures, videos, and all that shit changing. I don't know why you would want. Hey, fuck it. You do what you do. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 15th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Roxanne Haley, turning 35 years old today, and Tiffany Dean turning 49 years old today, and Felice Simmons, happy birthday to you, and Lisa Tracy, and Kim Lewis turning 55 years old today, and Betty Lou Jean turning 25 years old today. Happy birthday to you, youngin'. And Duran Victoriano LCR Euphrasia. Okay. And Irena Shiloh, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Nikki Goddess, turning 36 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of you. And anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 15th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on into the damn, to rock out, rock on into the damn, rock out, rock on into the damn, rock out, rock on into the damn. Do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, if you love me, you wouldn't cheat. Well, if y'all love me, then y'all would come and watch this show every single day. But some of y'all don't be doing it. And that's how I know y'all don't love me. And another thing, if you love me, then you would subscribe to this channel. But some of y'all don't be subscribing to the channel. So I know that you don't love me. And if you love me, the way some of y'all be saying you love me, then you will push the like button. But I see 15 likes. And y'all, I swear, man. This why people be having mad trust issues. And this is why. This is the main reason. Black people be sending their kids to Catholic school. Trust issues. Can't trust niggas. And I'm going to tell you something else. That's because of my inability to be able to trust. This is why I had to get a gavel. This is why there is no order in. This is the main reason. This is the main reason that as soon as it start to get a little bit warm in the springtime, that's why them little baby ants be coming in and you can't get rid of them for the rest of the season. That's why. But if y'all would do the right thing, if you would share the show, if you would push the like button, and if you would subscribe to the channel, then you wouldn't have a problem with them little baby ants. But you do. And the good Lord is going to see all y'all on your day of judgment. Down in a shanty where the well runs dry. All right, listen. We will be back tomorrow night. What are we going to talk about tomorrow night? We're going to be back. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and hopefully y'all get it together by then. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta come correct, right? Hey, yo, for real, if you love me, you come correct. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about. Tomorrow we might talk about putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. And y'all know I'm gonna go a little deeper than that with it. But we might be talking about putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like when you fixing it, you ain't really fixing it the way it's supposed to be fixed for the future. Like you taking care of it right now, but you're not really, ensuring that it's gonna be all right. Be all right. Be all right. So we might talk about that tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Listen, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. See, when I say I love you, I mean it. But y'all be talking shit. Y'all be talking shit. I said, when I say I love you, I mean it. But y'all don't be returning it. But y'all don't be returning it. Y'all be lying. Y'all be trying to deceive. Yo, we don't love you. Oh, but we gonna tell you so. Because we know you need that shit, yo. We don't love you, but we gonna tell you so. We don't love you, oh. And I think that you know you done think you had it all figured out. But if you ask me if I love you, I'ma give you a shout. You don't tell me you love me, but I do, and I be meaning it. Yo, I do, and I be meaning it. Yo, I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. So let me, all right, Blog Talk, let me get you on the body here. I'm gonna get you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, for real. All right, Blog Talk. And peace to the caller who called in, my man Abdul. Appreciate it. Appreciate you not being a troll. You know what I mean? Keeping it 100, no doubt. And for my Instagrammers.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
For my Instagrammers, good looking. Love is love, baby. Love is love. Love is love. 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 This love. Love. Love is love. You know, it's different than like. Like is love too, but it's different.